the great shift is here. We are already into it, and majority of people calling it ascension, ultimate paradigm shift, perhaps a life-changing event, perhaps finding our inner truth, perhaps deciding and choosing to walk completely different path than what we did by now. And it's all matter. It doesn't matter how you're going to call it. It doesn't matter how you're going to name it. Whatever resonates with you, that's what it is. The point is, we all are going through tremendous, extraordinary, for many of us, ultimate lifetime change that is pushing us and pulling us in all directions to do those changes, that whether we wasn't aware of it or we was aware but was postponing it, it's happening now. By the way, my name is Loveritas, and I choose to add a little update, short update to this collective creative energy update. I postpone updating my daily energy updates due to my personal tremendously challenging shift, and as well, basically, traveling circumstances I found are not the greatest idea of mine. I had to do the business and be of service to others at the same time while traveling, exploring, and to find out I was going through my personal dark night of the soul, which is completely connected to what is happening now. So let's get to the point. Let's call it ascension, but whatever resonates with you, that's what it is for you. So there is no need to make strict this is boxing out anything. This is my felt experience, my observation, my intuitive knowing, my personal inner understanding that is built up over last 3.5 years, where I consciously choose I'm going into my lifetime transformation on all possible levels. Little did I know, I was already going into a ascension process, and no matter how extraordinary and blissful moments we reach, and not only moments, no matter how much and how long we ride our creative flow, those high frequency energies, there is always counterpart to it, which is denser energy that will show up in our beingness or around us to point out where we was blocked, where we was hiding something from ourselves, which means our ego trickster hide from us something that we perhaps seen but didn't want to deal, or wasn't ready to deal with it, or we wasn't aware of it. And this and much more is coming up now in this period of time when eclipses are, when that great new moon everyone talk about, it is where what was Soliste just day or two ago, and Christmas, and come on, that's just it's for me it's nearly impossible to even think that there is single person that doesn't feel in one or the other way something happening, even if we don't know what it is. Nobody really don't know exactly. We can have idea about, we can have an instinct or intuitive message. A lot of people, channelers, channel the message from higher beings and supporters, but ultimately nobody knows but God itself how we going to, what and how we will go, what will go through, how we have a choice. We can choose how we will go through it. And for myself, requires so much energy, so much focus, so much awareness, which I suggest to everyone, so we can really hear that tiny little voice of information that comes, whether from the spirit guide, whether from the God itself or our higher self, no matter what, no labels, okay? So when we are aware, we can hear or receive the message, we can feel, we can sense in our body, we can see something that usually in our rushing moments through the day we can't recognize or notice. So ultra important is for all of us, no matter where you are with your life. Maybe even you're going right now, what are you talking about? It's crap, I feel great, and that's super cool. I'm happy you feel great. You don't, I'm not saying we can't feel great, but there is something. If you sit and pray and be in meditation or do your calming moments with yourself and dig deep it within, everyone will find something that needs to be addressed. And now we are called all collectively to co-create our new future now self. So we're co-creating it now, that future self that is already within us. We in literal terms need to choose which way will direct the creative energy that is really extraordinary potent right now. But on the other side, we are extraordinarily pulled into our roots, into our DNA, into our shadow, into our pain, into our past lives experiences perhaps that we took karmically into this life, and there was hidden from us for the reason to be in the perfect alignment with the everything and anything that we needed to experience to come to this point. Yeah, it's that big. I experience it. I'm feeling it. This, so to speak, dark night of the soul for the last 6-7 months, but most intensively from end of September. And I thought I'm getting nuts. I thought I'm getting crazy. I thought I'm totally disconnected from my inner truth, from the ultimate source, from the God. And only to find out I'm going through my ascension into such an intense waves, exactly waves, and so intense and dense that I'm manifesting into three-dimensional world my fears. I used to, not anymore. I've been manifesting, and that's how I recognize what is going on. From judging and blaming and dwelling in victimhood, old story, we need to develop and anchor that faith, ultimate love and trust in the greater power, which is God, or ultimate creator, or source, or whatever you believe in. And the moment we realize that, everything comes to open up more. The messages gets louder, sensations and feelings gets more obvious and intense. Intuition is like kicking ballistic. And many of you probably are resonating with that, what I'm speaking. If you are still around, I'm thanking you for choosing to be here. And if is this information of any service, of any use for you, my purpose is fulfilled by recording this. Anyhow, let's get through it. Let's get through it, yeah, literally. Let's get through it together in our personal truth and in our faith. For me, that I lived in my entire life is Christ energy of unconditional love for myself and others. And during this process of transformation and shifting, I did find out that I didn't integrate that love within myself because I still carry even smallest amount of fear that actually expand over the time and brought me back into my past selves. So I needed to do great deepening into my own core issue, core beliefs that brought me to this point. The way I work through is by coming back to the heart center, and the Christ energy was and it is in me and around me, and it will be and it is in anyone who asks for it, who open-heartedly come to understanding that process of our human evolution and expansion and growth and ascension, which is probably 10 times or 100 times bigger and stronger than usual shift of anything we do. This is where the strength is found for me and for many of you, spiritual healers, spiritual warriors, earth warriors, who starseeds, indigo, anyone who is aware of what is going on would probably be in resonance with this. But for those of you who are new to this information, what resonates with your heart, take it. What doesn't, just leave it. It's not time for you to hear this message. And for those of you who are dwelling in denser energies, it's a call for peaceful existence on our three-dimensional plane. It's your choice to be who you are as our choice to be who we are. And ultimately we all come from the same source, yeah? So with all the respect and appreciation for bringing the lessons and challenges, for personally for me it means to strengthen my faith and believe in love. And this is my truth. And in that truth I found what I believe we are born to be in our truth. And for me, the only truth is love. And that's why the God itself gave me the name Lo Veritas. So I'm approaching this with much vulnerability and appreciation and gratefulness that I am alive, gratefulness that I experience what I experienced, gratefulness that I still breathe, and gratefulness that the journey here on life is such a broad palette of all the colors, and all of them together are black, yet they all come from light. So I will leave it to that, and if that is only food for a thought, so be it. If it is in any way of any help, I'm so grateful. Much love, and have a safe shifting and riding your creative waves into the best version of yourself. Much love.